Hello everybody, welcome to the MaffmanJones movie channel. I am your host, Jonathan Christopher Maffio, and today's featured movie is Black Panther, directed by Ryan Coogler. It's being produced and presented by Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, and it has an array of incredible African-American actors and also white actors, including T'Challa being played by Chadwick Boseman. We have Michael B. Jordan, we got Andy Serkis, we got Martin Freeman, we got Angela Bassett, we have Forrest Whitaker, we have Letitia Wright, we have Lupita Nyong'o, we have Danai Gurira, we have the guy from Get Out, Daniel Kaluuya, we have Winston Duke. We have so many actors in this movie, and the story takes place right after the events of Civil War. Spoiler alert: T'Challa's father is murdered, and T'Challa has to take the place of a king, but being the king of a super technologically advanced country that keeps itself secret and concealed from the rest of the world has its fair share of responsibilities, and those responsibilities are not easy, and a lot of that has to do with Michael B. Jordan's character, but no spoilers here. So without a doubt, Black Panther will have a huge and significant just meteor splash on pop culture and just society as we know it. It's a movie that's very important, and thankfully Ryan Coogler does a great job in his storytelling to actually express a lot that needs to be said right now with a mainstream movie. And it's awesome that African Americans can have representation like this in a big mainstream movie. Yes, we've had this before. It's been said before. There have been plenty of movies in the past with African American leads in superhero roles or just big movie roles, but it hasn't been done quite like this. Black Panther is a Marvel Studios movie, so having a Marvel Studios brand on it, there are certain things that come with that territory. It does fall victim to the Marvel formula a bit, where it does have that 3-act structure that you do recognize. If you've seen all these movies before, you can kind of predict where things are going to go with certain characters. There are very surprising moments with characters within the film, but as a story, if you've seen movies before, you can kind of see where this thing is going to go. For the most part, the CGI didn't distract me, but it is noticeable that there was CGI in this movie, and in showing this new country, this world of Wakanda, it is very necessary, and for a lot of aspects of the movie, it does work, but there are a couple other little moments, without spoiling anything, where it does kind of detract and take you out of the movie maybe for a moment or two. What took me more out of the movie, though, was the music. I don't want to botch his name, but the main composer of this movie, Ludwig, starts with a G in his last name, and also Kendrick Lamar, who contributed to the Black Panther album that he curated. All that actual music on its own is incredible, and I loved the use of instruments from Ludwig's composed score. But there are moments in the actual movie where it seems like the music doesn't fit with the tone or the moment that's going on in a scene. It's a crazy thing to say that in a movie called Black Panther, you might walk away caring more about a lot of other characters, but not the lead character. It's really fascinating. So transitioning from that, I could sit here all day talking about every single actor who is in this movie, but the standouts include Letitia Wright, who plays T'Challa's younger sister, perhaps the smartest character in this whole MCU, apparently, according to sources. You could totally buy into her intellect and that she is this smart, but she also has some real swag. Daniel Kaluuya, who had more screen time here than I was expecting, has a bigger impact with his thought process on just the way things should go for this country. Danai Gurira, who you may know as Michonne from The Walking Dead, is a badass. But it's really fascinating too how all these characters, including her, they want to stick to their morals even when that moral seems wrong. Where her mind process is, you can understand while she's committing certain acts for certain characters. Winston Duke, who plays M'Baku, or Man-Ape apparently in the comics, with his limited screen time, he has a lot of comedic value and intimidating screen presence too. But I have to talk about Black Panther himself, T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, who has had great work in the past as an actor. He does some really good work here. It could be really easy for him to just be this badass who goes around in the Black Panther suit just kicking ass and just looking cool, but he does have some great subtlety with his acting. For the most part, he is playing things subtle and smooth and calm and collected, soft-spoken, but then when he actually lashes out from time to time, you really feel that emotion because it feels earned. I think Black Panther does a really great job of showing us the world of Wakanda. It is abundant in CGI, but it is necessary to show us this advanced technology. You really feel like this world is lived in, is breathed in, that these people have been here for hundreds of thousands of years. The art design, the costume design, the set design. Also, in terms of the world building of Wakanda, it's very easy to present a new world to audiences and have them become confused or lost in translation. But the movie very sneakily and cleverly integrates how the world works into the actual story and the characters. You walk away really knowing a lot of the infrastructure of a lot of different aspects of this country, and I'm really surprised at myself that I remember a lot about it, but it's all a credit to the screenwriting and the filmmaking on display from Ryan Coogler. I think also for the most part Ryan Coogler, cast and crew do a good job of getting us into this world for the first half, but I think the movie tremendously improves in the second half of the movie. In the first hour or so, we're getting used to this world, and there are some cool shots, some good acting, and you're being introduced to these characters, but that's all it really is, I think. But then once the movie starts actually using things that they've been keeping in their back pocket, and actually showing you what they really want to say and what Ryan Coogler really wants you to hear and know from his mind, then the movie becomes like a special film. And that includes the political themes and messages that this movie really does wear on its sleeve. It's not subtle at all, and that includes Michael B. Jordan's character, Eric Killmonger, who is perhaps one of the best villains that we've had in a while. He has limited screen time in the first half, more screen time in the second half, but every scene he's in, he really has charisma. Like, his charisma is amazing, and it's in a way funny, but also intimidating how just confident he is in himself for everything. His backstory is really well realized and well constructed throughout the whole movie, where it keeps you guessing, and if anybody's going to leave a huge impact on you, leaving the theater character-wise, it'll be him. Definitely him. But yeah, Black Panther does not shy away at all in expressing and conveying ideas that we need to go about in changing this country for the better, and what we could do to make things more positive for future generations. Normally, I'm more susceptible to filmmaking being more subtle with its political and just overall social commentary, but if there's a movie that had to make a choice to be more over the top and aggressive about it, it would be this movie. You do walk away from Black Panther thinking more about its themes and messages and characters than the action. There are some fun action moments. I do think that the action suffers a bit in the first half. A couple sequences have really cool moments with the camera dynamic, but there are also moments where the camera feels like it's shaking too much and it was hard to really know what's happening in the scene. However, I will not complain about the last half of the movie in terms of action, because everything from an action perspective in the last half I was a huge fan of, despite the heavy CGI, because the action was in service to the bigger story, and I think it really worked there. But I think I'm going to shut up now because I think I've talked too much about this movie already. Black Panther is obviously a culturally relevant, and it's going to be a very impactful movie for audiences worldwide, and especially African Americans who are getting awesome representation in a mainstream Marvel Studios movie that's going to make millions and millions of dollars worldwide and break records. For the lack of a better, more intelligent term, it's fucking awesome. And I really enjoyed myself. I had a great time. I walked away from this movie really remembering a lot of moments, all these characters who all had their moments to shine. Also, so many characters, and you walk away remembering most of them, or if not all of them. I got huge Lion King vibes, but in a live action way. And Ryan Coogler is 3 for 3. I agree that this dude is a great filmmaker, and I can't wait to see what he does next from here, no matter what, if it's a mainstream or an indie project. But you need to see this movie. I'm giving Black Panther a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a darn good movie. Yeah, see it. But now I want to know from all you guys and gals, what do you think of Black Panther? Let me know in the comments down below. Anything that I forgot to mention that you want to specify? Let's have a discussion down below. I feel like I probably did forget things, but because this movie is so jam-packed with subject matter, there's a lot to talk about. If you enjoyed this review, please like, Subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any reviews from me ever again. Check out my social medias and my Stardust. It's an app where you review movies in 30 seconds or less, and I review Black Panther in a couple entries in 30 seconds, where I discussed briefly what I'm talking about in this video. So if you don't have a Stardust, go make one and follow moi to look forward to more of those from many types of movies in the future. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Wakanda forever.